Welcome to Maths online classes for Standard 8th. Topic: Altitudes and medians of a triangle. Students, in the previous class, we have learnt about altitudes and medians of a triangle. Now, let us revise. What is altitude? Altitude is a perpendicular segment drawn from the vertex to the opposite side of the triangle. Here you see triangle ABC. You can also see segment AD, which is drawn from the vertex A, makes 90 degree onto the base BC. This segment AD is perpendicular to side BC, and hence the segment AD is called as the altitude of triangle ABC. Now, let us study what is orthocenter. As we know, triangle is made up of three vertices, and hence the altitude can be drawn from all the three vertices. Here we can see the altitude AD is drawn from the vertex A onto the side BC. Altitude BE is drawn from the point B onto the side AC. Altitude CF is drawn from the point C onto the side AB. Therefore, segment AD perpendicular to side BC, BE perpendicular to AC, and CF perpendicular to AB. We can also see all the three altitudes are meeting at one common point. This common point is called as the point of concurrence. And the point of concurrence of all the three altitude is termed as the orthocenter. Therefore, point O is the orthocenter of triangle ABC. Now, let us revise. What is median? Median is a segment which is drawn from the vertex joining the midpoint of the opposite side of the triangle. Here you see triangle PQR. You can also see the segment PM, which is drawn from the point P to the midpoint of QR, and the midpoint of QR is point M. So the segment PM is called as the median of triangle PQR. It's dividing segment QR onto two equal parts, that is QM is equals to segment MR. As we know, the triangle is made up of three vertices, and hence the medians can be drawn from all the three vertices. Segment PM is a median onto side QR, therefore QM is equals to MR. Segment RN is drawn onto the side PQ, therefore PN is equals to QN. Segment QS is drawn onto the side PR, therefore PS is equal to SR. Here also we see that all the three medians are meeting at one common point. This point is called as the point of concurrence. And the point of concurrence of all the three medians of a triangle is termed as centroid. Here, point G is the centroid of triangle PQR. One very important property of the centroid is that it divides the median in the ratio 2:1. That means the part which is nearer to the vertex is 2 times than the one which is nearer to the base. Here we see that PG is to GM is equal to 2:1. Similarly, QG is to GS is 2:1. Similarly, RG is to GN is 2:1. Or we can say PG is 2 times GM. Now let us understand the location of orthocenter in different triangles. The orthocenter is located outside in the obtuse angle triangle. The orthocenter is located inside in the acute angle triangle. And the orthocenter is located on the right angle in the right angle triangle. Now we'll understand the location of centroid in different type of triangle. Centroid is located in the interior of acute angle triangle. It is located in the interior of the right angle triangle. and it is located in the interior of the obtuse angle triangle. Let us now practically find out the orthocenter and centroid. Students, let us now begin with exercise 4.1. The question is, draw an obtuse angle triangle LMN, draw its altitude and denote the orthocenter by O. As you all know, obtuse angle triangle is a triangle whose one of the angle is more than 90 degree and less than 180 degree. So let us start drawing the obtuse angle triangle. Let us say we are going to make the obtuse angle triangle with the measure 110. So let us first draw the base. Let us take base of any measurement. Now, we'll keep the protractor at one of the end and we'll measure 110 degrees. Since the line is touching at this 0, so we are going to start counting from this 0. 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110. Let us take the angle 110. Let us just join the vertices to form an obtuse angle triangle. Let us name this triangle LMN. So this is L, M, this is N, and this is 110 degree. Now the main aim is to draw an altitudes, and when all the three altitudes meet at one common point, that point will be named as an orthocenter. So let us start drawing the altitudes. Altitude is always drawn from the vertex to the opposite side. Now let us say this is point L. Let us take this as a vertex. Now this is the altitudes which will be drawn on the side MN like this. From the vertex M, it will be drawn on the opposite side. So I will keep the set square like this and the base will be like this. Altitude always forms 90 degree with the base. And from the point N, we will have to extend the base so as to get 90 degree like this. So this is just the demonstration. Let us practically do it using the set square. Let us first extend the base MN. Now we will start keeping the set square in such a way so that I should get 90 degree. Now we'll take MN as the base and we'll start drawing the altitude from the point L. So we'll keep it on MN and we'll slide it in such a way that this particular side should coincide with the point L. Yes, now it is exactly forming right angle from the point L to the base MN. What we are going to do now, we are going to use the ruler to extend the altitude like this. I'm going to draw this altitude using the red marker. Let us name it as LA. This LA is an altitude on side MN. Now another altitude will start making from the point M. On the opposite side is LN. So we'll keep the set square on the base LN. This is the base LN, and we'll slide it in such a way so that it should pass from the point M. Yes, this is the exact point from where it is passing. And then we have to extend it. The reason we are extending all the altitude is to get the point of concordance. That will be the point of orthocenter. Now we have drawn the altitude from the point M. We have drawn from the point L. Now we have to draw from the point N. Now from the point N, we have to draw it on the opposite side, that is side LM. But the side LM is very small, so again we need to extend it. So we'll first extend it. So now to draw the third altitude from the vertex N to the side LM, we are first going to keep our set square on the LM. We are going to slide it in such a way so that this particular side should coincide with N. So yes, now it is getting coincides with the point N. Now we are going to use the ruler because our altitude is going to be drawn from this particular side. Extend it over to the other side. So let us keep the ruler now to check if it is passing from this particular point. It should pass because all the three altitudes meet at a common point. So it's exactly passing. So I'll just remove the set square and I'll draw the proper line. That is the altitude. This green color line segment which is drawn from N onto the side LM is perpendicular on the side LM. As you all can see, all the three altitudes are meeting at one common point. Let us name this point as O. And this point O is denoted as orthocenter. It is called as the point of concurrence. And the point of concurrence of all the three altitude is called as the orthocenter. So here we can write segment LA perpendicular to side MN. Let us name these points as B and this point as C. Then we can say segment MC perpendicular to the side LN. And then the last one is segment LB is perpendicular to OM. So students, let us move to the next question, which is draw an obtuse angle triangle STV, draw its medians and show the centroid. So here, as you can see, I have already drawn triangle STV with the measure 100 degrees. Now, the main question is to draw the medians. Now, what is median? As we have already studied, median is a segment drawn from the vertex. Suppose this is the vertex to the midpoint of the opposite side. This is the opposite side TV. It connects at the midpoint. Let us say this is the midpoint of this. So here it is going to connect the opposite side like this. Like this, we have to draw the three medians from all the three vertices. From here, the opposite side will be somewhere over here. So this will be the median, and from here, this is the opposite side. So the median will come like this. And when all the three medians meet at a particular point, that point is called as the centroid. So first, we are going to find out where is the midpoint. To find out the midpoint, we have to draw the perpendicular bisector of all the three sides. As you have already studied in your previous class, for the perpendicular bisector, we need to take more than half of the segment. This is the entire segment. We will take more than half. This is the half, this is almost half, and we'll take more than that. We'll cut the arc up and down. We need to use a very sharp pencil. And always hold the rounder from the top. Don't overdo the construction. It should be very precise. Now we'll take the ruler and we'll connect the line. This is my perpendicular line onto the side TV. Let us name this point as A. Now what this perpendicular bisector has done, this bisector has divided the side TV into two equal parts. So I'll denote it by the 2 marks. Now similarly, as we have drawn the perpendicular bisector of this particular side TV, now we are going to draw the bisector of the side ST. Again the same procedure. This is the entire segment. And the half will be almost like this. We need to take more than half. We'll take more than half. One more thing you should understand, students. This is your segment. You should know from where your perpendicular bisector will pass. The perpendicular bisector always makes a cross or plus sign. So if this is the base, it is going to pass like this. This analyzation helps us in identifying the intersection area. So here the intersection areas will be somewhere over here and over here. So we'll just draw the arc. Because I knew the intersection area, so I'm drawing it in this region. I'm not drawing it here or over there. Now we'll keep it at point S and we'll try to cut it. Suppose if it's not getting cut, then you have to again keep it on T and you have to extend your arcs. Now we will draw the line passing through these points. So we'll draw the line. This is the bisector. Let us name it as, this is the perpendicular bisector. Let it intersect the side ST on the point B. And this particular bisector has divided the side ST into two equal parts while denoted by this sign. Now, the third bisector, we are going to draw it for the side SV. Again, we'll take the rounder. This is the side. We'll take more than half. Half is almost this much. We'll take it more than that. Again, we will analyze where will our perpendicular bisector lies. So suppose this is the side. Now your perpendicular bisector will pass from here like this. It should make a plus sign like this. So with this analyzation, we should know that the intersection areas are in this region and this particular region. So I have already taken more than half, so I'll try to cut it. As you can see, it's not getting cut, so I'll again keep it at V and I'll extend it like this. So once you get the intersection point, just try to connect. This line should coincide with these two perpendicular bisectors. Yes, it's exactly passing from these bisectors. Let us name this particular point on the side SV as C. All these right angles are helping us in giving us the midpoint of the particular side. Again, this point C has divided our segment SV into two congruent parts. So let us denote it by triple marks. Now we will mark the midpoint. These are the midpoint. Point A, point B, and point C are the midpoints. Now from these midpoints, we are going to draw the medians on the opposite side. So let us connect the vertex S with the midpoint A to get the first median. Now let us connect the point B with the vertex V to get the second median. And now the third median from the point C to the point T. As you can see, all the three medians are meeting at one common point. This common point will be named as centroid. We will denote this centroid with by G. And we will write point G is the centroid. So here point G is the centroid, It is the point of congruence of all the three medians. One very important property of the centroid is that it divides the median in the ratio 2:1. The part which is closer to the vertex is 2 times than the one which is closer to the base. Let us see. In order to have a clear understanding, let us measure segment SG. From the vertex S to the centroid, it is 5 centimeter. If this is 5 centimeter, and we'll calculate this much, G to A, it is coming out as 2.5 centimeter. So we can say SG is double of GA, or we can say GA is half of SG. That means this particular centroid is dividing our median in the ratio 2:1. Similarly, let us check the red median. From point B to G, it is coming out as 2.5 centimeter, and from G to V, it is coming out as 5 centimeter. Again, the part which is closer to the base is half of the one which is nearer to the vertex, and similarly for the third median. Students, that's all for today's lecture. I hope you all have understood.